Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news every single weekday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We have 3 news stories for you guys and a mailbag question, so please watch until the very end. Also, I want to say please subscribe to Raven Space on YouTube if you're not yet subscribed, and a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Because without you guys, none of this is possible. You guys are the heartbeat of the Raven Space. Thank you guys so much. And now we're going to move on to the first topic of the day. Sad news. Danny Woodhead is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. This has been reported by Ian Rappaport, who I do trust as a source. He does break a lot of stories in the realm of the NFL. And he says that Woodhead is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. This is a big development. I do think the Ravens will be okay without him on the field, but the Ravens will not meet their full potential if he's not there. If you want the Ravens offense to be an offense that, converts on third downs, that scores in the red zone, different things like that, you're going to need this guy because he looked so good against the Bengals when he was out there playing. He was able to win one-on-one matchups almost every single time. Again, he only had one run, so we kind of didn't really see what he had in the running game. But as a receiver, he can line up anywhere. He's a mismatch all the time. And I think the Ravens are going to miss him from that perspective. However, if the Ravens do plan on being a running team and pound it out, run the ball, and throw deep passes, they're not going to really miss him in that aspect of the game. I do think the Ravens can make it through just because the schedule they have is not the hardest schedule in the next 2 games. The next game you have at the Browns. Then after that, you go to Jacksonville. Now, the games after that are pretty tough. You have the Steelers. So that's a tough game that you're not going to have him there for. But the Ravens defense is so good. And if Joe Flacco and the receivers can get on the same page, I think they'll be fine. Now, again, I do not want to make it seem like we don't need him. Woodhead was awesome. He was the first drive, he was the best offensive player on the team. And that injury sucks for him, but he's out 4 to 6 weeks. Now, it kind of feels like the injuries don't stop for the Ravens. It does suck, but 4 to 6 weeks is something that the Ravens are happy for. They can deal with because if he was out for the whole season, that would be tough. But it gives the Ravens some time, to get all the other pieces attached, and then you insert him late into the season, and it could be a very dangerous situation for the Ravens offense where they can be almost a great offense instead of the good one that we're all expecting to see. So, you never know. It might be better, it might heal faster, but 4 to 6 weeks is what is reported by Ian Rappaport. Let me know in the comments below about how do you feel about this Woodhead injury. Are you sad? Do you think that he was going to be a big playmaker? Or are you excited to see the other running backs get some more snaps? Let me know. And now we're going to move on to the second topic of the day, and it deals with power rankings. And the Ravens have moved up 7 spots in ESPN's power rankings. Ravens are now number 14. I think that this is good that we're finally getting some respect. Now, of course, the reason they did it is they saw how good our defense was, and they were like, wow, this defense is so good, we got to put them in here. So a lot of people voted us up. Now, the defense is good, but I think the defense will get better if they can stop being injured. And I think that the offense will also get better. I think that the Ravens are a top 12 team in the league, which means they're a playoff team. And right now they have us as 14 on the edge of the playoffs looking in, but I think that we'll make the playoffs. The Bengals, I think we've seen, aren't really a real threat to us just based on how Andy Dalton played. The Steelers, we have to play them, we haven't seen yet, but they had a slow start. So I really do feel like the AFC North is up for the grab right now, and I think that a lot of people can do it. And I think the Ravens right now, you have to put them at the top of the list because the defense is the best unit in the division, right? So I think it's either the Ravens defense or the Steelers offense. And I think the Ravens defense are better than the Steelers offense. So I would say that the Ravens have to be at the top right now, just how great we played on defense. So, we're going to go to the next story, but the Ravens are now ranked higher, moved up 7 spots. And it's ESPN, so of course they were wrong in the beginning, but they are getting, they're getting adjusted. They saw how good our defense was, and now they're going to give us a real shot to win this division. Again, the defense impressed me so much. I was so excited to see it. Every level played well in the defense, and I think that they're going to reward us for that in the power rankings. It was again simply amazing, every single player. So I'm super excited. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that we're rated too low, or or do you think we're rated too high? It's your opinion. So let me know in the comments below. And now we're gonna move on to the next story, topic 3. The Ravens have signed Josh Woodrum to the practice squad after he was released from the Browns. And so the Browns have a lot of good young quarterbacks on their roster right now. Um, and their starter, I believe, is Kaiser. I think they really like him, and because of that, they released Woodrum. However, this only helps the Ravens. The Ravens wanted Woodrum. The Ravens would have gladly taken Woodrum and put them on the practice squad, but the Browns said they would give him a chance to, compete. Of course, that's not the case, so they released him, and now Woodrum is here. Um, Only good things for the Ravens. I think Woodrum may be the future of the Baltimore Ravens. If Joe Flacco gets injured in a couple of seasons from now and can't play, I think they know that Ryan Mallett is not the answer. And Ryan Mallett's been in the league so long that he's developed bad habits that they can't fix. But Josh Woodrum has not. They're going to try to make Josh Woodrum a quarterback that they can mold the same way they were molding Joe Flacco. They're going to try to mold Woodrum. And if Woodrum can play up to the standards, he might get a chance. And if not, he'll be a career backup, which is a good gig for a guy like him who has been on 5 different teams in 3 years, and is one step away from being out of the league. So Woodrum is down on our practice squad. Um, so who knows? You never know. He might get on the 53 man if something happens to Matt or Joe. But for right now, he's just a practice squad player. Are you excited to see Woodrum back? Let me know in the comments below. And now we're going to do what we do at the end of every single episode and move on to the mailbag question. And if you want to send in a mailbag question, you can send it to mailbag@theravenspace.com, just like James did. And James asks, what's your opinion on how Suggs has worked with these young guys as a mentor this year? Thank you so much for your question, James. And I can only give rave reviews to Terrell Suggs. I really do think Terrell Suggs has taken these kids under his wing and given them a real chance to be great. You can see it if you ever seen the Ravens Wire things, that Suggs is really about teaching these young pass rushers how to be their best. And the best way to teach a person is through example, and Terrell Suggs is a beautiful example of this. I mean, Terrell Suggs just fights at every play. He looks as good as he's ever looked in his first game. Now, he always beats up on the Bengals, but I mean, constant pressure every single time he was in the game. You heard, if you watched the CBS broadcast like I did, you heard people calling him a future Hall of Famer. And this is the first time I've ever heard that from someone that's not a Ravens fan, right? These people aren't Ravens fans. These are national broadcasters calling him a future Hall of Famer. So it's getting into the air and different things like that. I think that Terrell Suggs is a awesome player that's teaching these kids how to be better. Again, all our pass rushers come to play. We know they're good. Even Za'Darius, before he got injured, had a very, very, very good game. So I'm super excited about that. But answer your question, James, I think he's a great mentor. I think he's teaching these people not only how to be a pass rusher, but how to be a professional in the NFL. And I'm excited about that. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is the end of the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Please subscribe to the Ravens Space on YouTube for the best content about the Baltimore Ravens. Also, if you guys want to help us out and support independent media, check out our Patreon page. It's in the description below. This has been awesome. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.